Here at Glen Derwent, we've previously looked at the conservatory and the work we did to restore that. We're now here and we're working on about 30 quite large double hung windows. They're from 1807, so they're very old, and there's some very unusual parts about these windows. So I'll just show you some of the work I'm doing. The parting beads are everything in these windows is Australian red cedar, but the parting beads, as you can see, are about 16 millimetres thick. They're incredible. I've never seen parting beads quite that thick, all made by hand because they're all slightly different. And a very interesting feature is that on your top staff bead, the parting bead is actually part of it. It's moulded in there, so we can't actually adjust that, which I've never seen before. In thousands of windows, I've never seen that feature. The pockets are very different in every window. All Australian red cedar again. They need a lot of work. They've been damaged over time, and they're all lead weights, of course, back in those days. In these, the old pulleys would never carry 12 kilo sashes. The axles are quite worn, and some of them, the little wheels, are dropped right down. So with missing, some of them are missing, and most of them are just had it. We've decided to replace the pulleys in every window. We've had to re-weight the original weights. They weren't heavy enough, so we've added lead to that. We do that by simply adding lead ingots that we have specially made with a hole in them, so the cord fits down through the lead, and then we tie the sash weight underneath, and that's how we change the lead, change the weights to the sashes. In this one, the bottom staff bead is actually also a part of the bottom sill, so we have to cut that off, plane this up, router it so it comes back a little bit, and reinstate it later on. We're also adding a brush system to this window because these windows were these windows were screwed off, but when we make them work they'd be quite rattly, so we put a little 5mm brush in, and that will stop any draft getting through. And then on the inside we've added a 8mm brown brush, so the whole thing will work properly. It'll be draft proofed, no insects can get in, because this is going to be heritage accommodation, and Liz wants it to be to the top quality. So it's all new fittings, and we're completely reinstating the windows. So Liz, here's the first window that we've finished. I'll just get you to try that and make sure it's right for you.
Here goes. Beautiful.
It would never have worked like that even at new.
Look at that. That's how it's meant to work.
Yep, that's it.
Yeah.
I hope you're happy with that.
Very happy. It's beautiful.
Thank you.
I'll just be here playing with it. And we can clean this edge and paint it, and
yep.
Yeah. Lovely. Beautiful. Thank you.
There's just one more thing. Liz is really happy with the windows, but I'll show you a little repair we've done this morning. This sash here, which is quite large, which would cost thousands of dollars to replace, had a bottom rail that was rotten, a stile that was rotten, and the original hue and pine post, this section of it had rotted out. Obviously it had been sitting in water for a long time, but rather than pull the sash out and have a new one made, we've just cut the rotten section out and treated it. We've replaced a section of the bottom rail, a section of the stile, and the top, the decorative part to the top of this post. And we've done that in around about 4 hours. So it's a considerable saving for the owner. Thank you for coming along and looking at us doing restoration work on the conservatory, then the deck, and we're doing over 30 windows now. I'd like to thank Liz too. She's been fantastic, wants a really good job and is willing to support us in that. And I wish her all the best with her heritage accommodation here at Glen Derwent.